guys, welcome back to my channel. I have not filmed in like forever, but today I'm actually getting ready for work, so I felt like putting on some makeup and just hanging out, and this is actually my go-to makeup routine. These are the products I use every single time I put on makeup. I am not even close to being creative, if I'm being honest, so when I find products that I like, I just use them over and over and over again. So, if you're interested in something super natural, easy to do, I can do this in like 5-10 minutes. Just keep on watching because it's some good stuff. And I think everything is drugstore, except two things. I lied. But it's all really affordable, and yeah, just hang out with me and let's see the finished product. So the first step that I always do is obviously primer, and I mix two together because I have very dry skin and this combination works well for me. So I take some of the NYX Hydra Touch Hydrating Primer, which as you can see is almost empty, and I just squeeze some of that out. And then with that I actually mix from Physicians Formula, this is their Rosé All Day Oil-Free Serum. And together, I don't know what made me put these together, but I just love it. The Physicians Formula, serum is so illuminating and glowy and amazing, and then the NYX is just super hydrating, so I feel that I kind of get the best of both worlds. And then I just rub this in. You know, I see some people that apply primer. Why am I out of focus? There we go. I see so many people apply primer with a brush, and it really confuses me. Do any of you do that? Because I just use my fingers. Also, you can see what a mess my room is, so just ignore that, please, and thank you. Just give that a second to set in. I feel that these set in actually really quickly, so you don't have to wait a long time for them to sink into your skin, which makes me happy. I also usually just throw on a lip balm while I'm doing the rest of my makeup. This is the Soft and Lush from Blistex. It's good, it's nothing like spectacular. Lip balm is kind of just lip balm to me. So I let that sink in and get my lips all soft and stuff. And then we can move on to our concealer and foundation. I recently started doing concealer before my foundation, which was new to me, but I feel like it looks so much better. And I don't really care what y'all do, but that's what I do, and I like it a lot. So this is one high-end product, but I have the mini version because I'm cheap and was not going to spend full price. And this is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, which everyone has raved about forever and ever. I am in this shade Vanilla, which I think is the lightest shade because that's my life. So I just put this on really quickly. And like I said, I'm kind of talking through this, so it's taking a while, but this is so quick and easy for me. Once I know what I'm doing, I can get this makeup on and out the door within 10 minutes. I have my Real Techniques sponge, which is the only sponge that I use these days. It's amazing. And I used to use a brush for my concealer as well, but I just feel like the sponge it looks better. I just enjoy it. And I just dab that right in. If I do want something more full coverage and I have really trouble with my dark circles under my eyes, I will go in with a color correcting concealer underneath of this, but surprisingly right now I'm okay. I don't have that issue, which I usually do, but I'm alright today. And yeah, I just bump that all onto the skin, get it good to go. Sorry, my mirror is over here, so if you see me looking, that's what I'm doing. And then for my foundation, this has been my go-to foundation lately for the past 2 months. It's all that I wear, and I'm obsessed. It is the Light Illusion foundation from Flower Beauty, but this is a little bit dark for me, so I use the, where are they? I lost them. Hold on, my desk is a mess. Found it! So I mixed this foundation with the NYX Total Control Cover Drops. And the shade I have in the Flower Beauty is, I don't know because it doesn't tell me, but I know I'm the lightest shade. Oh, there it is, Porcelain L1. And then in this, I have this in a Porcelain as well, probably also the lightest shade because Ghost. And I just mix these. I will do like 1.5 pumps on on my hand, and then I go in with quite a bit of this. This is just a perfect neutralizing shade for me because I really like more cool toned, gray toned foundations. So this is really good to kind of make any foundation match. And I don't have anything to mix it with, so I'm using a straw because, yeah, that's life. I have been using a straw to mix this for like a month now, which is disgusting, and I should get something else. And you can see that makes a ton of foundation. That's actually a little too much, but I do need one more drop or so of the NYX just to make sure it's the proper color for my pasty self. And yeah, that's all we're going to be using. And then as far as how I put on the foundation, I just take it on my finger and then I dab a few spots. I do one side of my face at a time, a tiny bit on my forehead because it gets real dry up there. And then I use the normal end of the beauty sponge, what's it, complexion sponge, whatever it's called, from Real Techniques, and I bounce this in. This foundation is literally incredible. If you haven't tried it and you like a light coverage, you don't need too much coverage, anything crazy, I really think you'll like this. It just feels like your skin, it looks like your skin. And even I've been wearing it on like 90-some degree days and it doesn't sweat off even though I sweat profusely. It holds up really well and it just looks real. Then I do the same thing on my other side. And I'm really annoyed whenever I do videos like this, my camera, which is my phone, goes out of focus because it's not meant to keep in focus, it's a phone. So I really want to invest in a camera, but I really don't have money right now. So you're just gonna have to deal with the crappy quality for a little bit, but as soon as I have the money, I will buy one. But they're so expensive. I can't find like a reasonably priced camera anywhere. At least not one that's of any quality. So that sucks. And I guess I don't do too much movement in a lot of my videos, but like in this, when I'm putting on my makeup, it doesn't know where to focus and then I look crazy. So that's cool. All right, so once I get all of this onto my skin, I just make sure it's blended in. Even if you aren't great with makeup, this is so easy to use. And this foundation is what? It's under $15. It's so worth it. I suggest you try it. And I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You don't like it, take it back. But I love it. I have actually decluttered. I went on a huge makeup decluttering spree. I have decluttered all of my makeup except literally these products that I'm using today and maybe like 5 other things. Because I found stuff that I like and everything else I just had sitting around and I really needed money, so I sold them. Because, yeah. Anyway, so that is for the face, and then to set it, I have very, very, very dry skin, so I don't really like loose powders very much. I've tried like the Laura Mercier and the Maybelline Fit Me, and they're like okay, but they leave me so powdery, and I don't like it. So what I have found, which I know a lot of people don't like putting all over their face, but I love it. This is the Ambient Lighting Powder from Hourglass in Dim Light. Once again, travel size because I'm cheap. And I don't know, for me it just really works. It sets everything and I don't know, it doesn't make me look powdery, so I'm all for it. So I go in with this huge brush from Real Techniques, I think. Yeah, they're really pretty ones. And I make sure to set my under eye with it. And at first I thought this would be super glowy, but it's really not. I love the way it just sits on top of my foundation. It makes me very happy. And like I said, I don't like buff it in, I literally just kind of stamp it in. That's what I feel works those are not words. That's what I feel works the best for me and my skin type. And just a little bit, I don't go overboard. I don't have really any issues with makeup breaking up. It's just my skin's dry. But if I don't use this, I feel that my makeup just looks crazy. So that is for that. And then in all honesty, this is kind of all I would do as far as face makeup if I'm in like a rush or if I'm going to work or something not too crazy, I would kind of stop here. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I do if I want to add a little bit more. So as far as blush, bronzer, If I were to do contour, which I don't every day, I really love the e.l.f. Cool Toned palette. I don't even know what this is called. The e.l.f. Probably like a contour palette in Cool Toned. That's really nice. But I'm not going to use that today because I don't need to contour to go to work. If I am going to use a bronzer, though, just all over, which I will do today, I love the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It's cheap, it smells like a beach vacation, and it makes me very, very happy. And my favorite brush in the whole world to put on bronzer or contour with is this one from Crown Brushes. I don't know which one it is because it doesn't tell me, but I love Crown brushes. Obsessed. So I just do a little bit of that. I just go around my hairline. And I love this because even though this is a bronzer, you can go crazy with it, even if you have super light skin like me, and it doesn't look orange. Like, I don't think I could make this look orange even if I tried. And the smell. And then I kind of just bring it down here, just a little bit, nothing crazy. I also take it down my neck, even though a lot of people say you shouldn't do that. Sorry, I'm going to. I don't know. It just makes the teeniest bit of difference. Like I said, it's nothing crazy dark, so I don't really feel that it's an issue. And if you do, it's my face, so there's that. So yeah, just buff that in a little bit. Just gives you a little bit of color, nothing crazy. And then if I'm going to do blush, I always, always, always use this one from Flower Beauty. It is their Powder Blush Flower Pots in the shade Sweet Pea, which is just perfect. And this is my favorite blush brush. It's from Wet n Wild. It was in their holiday collection, I think, that I reviewed like after last Christmas. I love it. It's the perfect size. It's amazing. And then I just go in just a little bit. I don't like too much blush because I have a very heavy hand with it and I look a little cray. So I make a little smiley face and I just buff in just the teeniest bit. And this is also very natural looking, so it's like just like the bronzer. It's not crazy. I can apply it and still look natural. You can tell you have a little flush of color, but it's not like screaming in your face that you're wearing a ton of makeup. And that's really all I do there. And then my highlight, I don't think anyone ever uses this except me, but I love this. It's also from Physicians Formula. I must really like them. This is the Warm Nude. I don't even know what it's called. I've had it for like a year. Warm Nude. I don't know, but this is what it looks like. It's this little cute little box of highlight. You can rub your brush wherever you want to get different tones of color, which I think is really cool. I always focus on this little light corner. Sometimes I'll go to bronzy if I'm feeling fancy, but this is the most natural. I just kind of rub in this section over here. Also with the Wet n Wild collection brush. If they come out with a holiday set this year, I suggest everyone get one because if they're anything like this, the quality is incredible. My highlight, I just kind of rub it in right here. I like to buff it in so it's not just a straight line. And it looks a little bit more natural. And I just love that this is a little book and a snapshot and it's so cute. I also kind of bring it up here just a little bit. Like I said, I'm not like the most knowledgeable person about makeup, but I have found that this works the best for me. And I mean, I've tried a lot of different things. I've had a lot of days where I go out and I will then see myself in a mirror and I look crazy. But ever since I started doing this, I really just like how I look and it makes me feel good. So I'm going to stick with it. I also bring it down my nose because that's what YouTubers do. And, you know, I guess you're supposed to. Little dot, little dot. Cool. And that will be all of the powder products for our face. So now is when most people would go to setting their face. But I have a really hard time finding a setting spray that really, really works for me. I've had a lot in the past that I think work. And I'll use them for a while, but then, I don't know. They're just not the best. And this isn't even a setting spray, but it works better than any setting spray I have ever used. It's from Garnier. That was weird. Skin Active. This is the Soothing Facial Mist made with rose water. And it's really just like a refreshing mist, but I use it to set my face and it's amazing. I have one in my desk here and I have another one in my car. So I don't know if I'm just in my car and I'm about to go somewhere. If I'm hot, if my makeup's looking a little whack, I just do a couple sprays of this. It really does make it look so much better and healthier and more natural, and I love it. And this was only like right around $10, and this is a lot of product. It comes with 4.4 ounces, which is a lot more than you get in most setting sprays. So let's just toss my hair back here, and I kind of go overboard and I kind of don't care. So I did that, and you know what? I'm gonna do it again. I like my face to feel wet once I'm done. Then I let it dry, obviously, but yeah, I feel that just, it's great, and I love it. Next, we're going to go ahead and do my brows, which, where's my brow pencil? I have a million brow pencils. I'm not too crazy. This one I'm just going to use is the Anastasia Brow Wiz because it's what's in front of me. And I don't know, I used to love Maybelline, any of their brow products in soft brown. But I feel that the color changed and it's a lot more red toned recently. And I don't know. I used to try to make my brows a little lighter, but now I really think they look better darker. So I have this in, what, medium brown? Yes, medium brown. And it seems to really work well. I also suck at doing my brows, so if you don't know how to do them, watch someone that's not me because, yeah. I kind of just comb through them. I really don't do much. I've never gotten my eyebrows done. I've never done anything to them except sometimes I will pluck some stray hairs. But yeah, so that's really all I do. I just brush through. However, this is one step that I don't want to skip. For some reason, I just feel a lot more put together if my brows kind of look okay. So yeah, that's just my way of doing it. I just fill in. You're supposed to do hair-like strokes. I really don't know if I'm doing it right or not, but I try. And then towards the end, just fill in a teeny tiny bit, brush through some more, and that's good enough. I also use the NYX Control Freak Brow Gel a lot, but I can't find it. I think it's gone. But yeah, I don't use brow gel every day. I don't think I need it. My brows don't go flying away. It's just fine. And next we will do eyes because that is all we have left. I do have quite a few eyeshadow palettes that work, and honestly, I usually get the same look out of all of them because I'm not very adventurous. But my go-to easy one is from Milani. This is the must-have neutrals in their Everyday Eyes collection. This formula is incredible. It's so easy to work with. I love it so much. And yeah, so we're going to go in with this. I always, where's the brush I want to use? Just kind of lay this lighter shade. I don't use that brush, it's just in the way. So I will just put this shade down all over my whole eye just to give it a nice canvas. I don't use an eye primer all the time. I usually only do that if I'm going somewhere where I really want my makeup to stay, or if I'm using like glittery shades or anything like that, I'll use a glitter primer. But when I'm just being quick and easy, I just set it real quick, just like that. So I'm going to go in with this darker shade right here and just kind of do the transition. I am going to look in my mirror, so sorry. This is just slightly darker than the other shade. It's really good for your crease. I love it very much. Like I said, you can't really mess up with these shades, which is great because, I don't know, I'm not the best. Especially with eyeshadow, I just kind of do whatever I feel. Which usually ends up with some brown shades in my crease and then a brown or gold shade on my lid. Because that's about as out of the box as I go. So once I get that all good to go and I'm happy with it, which literally is just a few swipes because it's a pretty basic color, I just blend it out to where it looks, where we're happy with it. Then I will go in with a little more of a dense, tiny little brush. Where are you? Oh, I'm nuts. I can't find it. Come out wherever you are. Okay, improvising. I have so many eye brushes. It's insane. I'll go ahead and just use this one from Wet n Wild as well, because I can't find my other Real Techniques one, but whatever. And then I go into this darker shade, just a little bit heavier, so I get a little more, and I put it on the outer corner here, work it into my crease just a little bit more. And granted, it's the same shade, but if you get a little more on your brush, it is a little more defined, which makes me happy. Right, and then like just the outer bit of the lid. Cool. And then just on the lid, I go super basic, this very, very, very pretty brown shimmer shade right in the middle. Makes me super happy. I just use my finger and I pat around there all over. And that's about it. It looks like you actually tried and put on eyeshadow and looked great, but really that took, what, 2 minutes of our life. I will then usually go in with a big fluffy brush. I'm going to use this one and just kind of blend it all together, which I feel like a lot of people would say is crazy. Yes, this is as big as my eyeball, but I like it. I like it a lot. Cool, done. And then I don't do winged liner or anything on my upper lash line because I can't seem to figure out how to do winged eyeliner. But I do it on my waterline with the Milani, whatever this is called, like the gel or Kajal or Kohl, the Stay Put waterproof eyeliner. This is incredible. I love it. It's like $9 and it's the only eyeliner I buy these days. Cool. That is done. And then just for mascara, I have two options. I always either go with the Rocket from Maybelline or the Lash Impact from No. 7. If I want more like lengthening, kind of spidery, but just long looking lashes, I go with this one. And this one definitely gives you more volume. It looks like your lashes are full and amazing, like you're going somewhere on the red carpet. Which should we use? I used this last time, so we're going to go with this one today. If you want to curl your brows, your lashes, you totally can. I do that sometimes, but I don't feel like it right now. I cannot talk while I do this, so just hold tight. Then I do see I have some eyeshadow that somehow ended up down here. Let's wipe that off. There's a tiny bit that is right there that I don't like very much. And yeah, I usually don't wear lip products because, I don't know, I'm very finicky with them and I don't like reapplying. And yeah, let me know what are your go-to products, how quickly you get ready, what's your favorite thing to do. And yeah, just let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye!